How often do you fear for your safety when a man catcalls you?
100%.
All the time.
Now, I'm not excusing it. Why is catcalling such a big deal?
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is not an invitation for you to come objectify me or decide that this body is meant for you. It's mine.
Okay, and that's fair. I agree with that. Now, for a lot of women who say they dress for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy outfits when it's freezing outside?
Because I made that money, and I'm going to spend that money on some cute heels. And I worked on this body, and I'm going to show it off.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying if they were dressing for themselves, wouldn't they be comfortable?
Yeah. I think that me in heels looks a lot better than me in just a pair of sweatpants. I do feel better, and that is still for me. Even if it's not the most comfortable, it feels good to me.
Jagger, look.
Only attracted to wealthy, generous men who provide for me. That's all I've ever dated in my entire life. It's all I ever would. I'd rather be single than split bills.
What are you bringing to the table besides your body to these men who are taking care of you?
You'd have to ask them.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. They're the ones who want to date me.
So from your perspective, what do you bring?
Me.
So what does that mean?
I mean, you'd have to ask someone who loves me why they love me. I'm not a mind reader.
No, I'm not asking you to be a mind reader. I'm just asking, you are on the other end of this relationship. I assume you know what you bring to the table of the relationship, right?
Somebody loves me, and I love them, then I keep dating them. I don't really worry about the why.
So you don't know what you bring to the table?
I don't really give it that much consideration.
Ego is really big for us. Like women are very egotistical. We tend to allow our heads to get so big, and society has allowed it too.
Yeah.
We are now comfortable being the captain. We're not comfortable being someone that's sitting behind the captain or a co-captain.
Yeah.
We want to be the captain.
Yeah.
With stipulations that not all captain duties I have to have.
Yeah.
Like you want to be the man, but you don't want to build anything.
Right.
You don't want to fix anything.
Right.
You don't want to actually do the hard labor things that men will do
Yeah.
in order for you to have what men produce.
Right.
The day you fall off, that woman ain't interested as you think.
Yeah, once you start complaining and dragging your feet.
She don't want to hear no complaint. The day you come home and think you could be like, baby, I was down, I lost it. She gonna stroke your ego, but she gonna remember that time. You cannot let them see you one time.
When's the last time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
They gonna tell you can.
Whenever something go down, they gonna throw it back in your face.
Well, that's why.
That's real.
That's why. So you can't ever.
Instead, why is it that when you have that perfect person, why don't you
No
choose?
woman is perfect. Men don't claim to be perfect. Women do the majority of the breaking up. And whenever you ask a woman
Facts.
why she broke up with the man, who does she always blame? Him. So when the public finds out that a woman cheated on her man, they always support that and be like, well, why did she cheat? Women claim that they're perfect. When you just ask all you ladies, what did you do wrong in this relationship? And none of you guys said anything that you did anything wrong. Besides just saying happy wife, happy life. So that pretty much means a man's happiness. Women do not take accountability most of the time.
I am learning that I need somebody who can, for the lack of better words, put me in my place.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Put me in my place.
Yeah.
That's exactly
it. And it doesn't mean, he's going to come home and beat me, because I think that's where people's minds go to. But he needs to have very strong boundaries.
Yes.
Because I find a lot of Western men don't have strong boundaries.
Yes.
So it's just like, whatever you say goes. And I can't have that, because I know myself, I will lose respect for you. If you can't say no to me,
100%.
I will lose respect.
I hate when it's a really good guy trying to be in your life, but you know he would make the perfect side nigga.
So the man who's going to treat you right, be a good father to your kids, make sure you are protected, make sure you have everything you need to be in your happy place. He's not the one you want. When I get on here and say that y'all are some horrible decision makers, this is what we're talking about. You have a good guy in front of you, but you want to make him the side dude, which means you want to make the bad guy the main dude. That's the first problem. The second problem is the fact that you're talking about a side dude in the first place. So even if you get the good guy, all you're going to do is cheat on him. We're doomed, fellas.
This is the worst.
Women have a hypergamous nature. You want a superior, you don't want an equal. Think about it, ladies. In all aspects, if you had to choose your dream guy, you would want him taller, show of hands.
At least a little bit taller.
Preferably making more money than you? Yup. more competent than you are? Competent is the ability to complete tasks and accomplish goals.
Oh, I need a man that can do it.
Competent?
Yeah.
Would you like the man stronger than you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I don't
Now,
want to.
this proves that you want a superior being. It's in your nature to submit to a man. It's in a man's nature to submit to God. It's in the kid's nature to submit to the parents. So it's an order to things. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. That's just the order of life. The point is that anytime a woman leads a relationship, she leads that relationship to the end. Is because the 4 questions that I asked, you want taller, stronger, more money, more competent. That means that you want a leader. So if you're leading, that means that you're not getting what you truly want. So that means that you're going to lead that relationship to the end.
It's a lot of women that say they want a man with purpose, but when they get one, they don't know how to treat him or handle him. I cannot understand this one word: sacrifice. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, a man that really cares about you is going to give you time and effort. But here's the reality. Your expectations of it is not realistic. You can get everything you expect from a man that has purpose. His purpose comes before everything else, and that includes you. So as a woman, if you want a man who is in his purpose, you have to understand sacrifice on your end also. Ladies, are you willing to sacrifice your emotional needs until that man has fulfilled his purpose? He may not have as much time as you like to spend with you. He may not have as much time as you like to communicate with you. He may not have a lot of things emotionally that you are craving and you're looking for. Are you willing to sacrifice that in order to keep a man that actually has purpose? Because if not, you may just miss out on him.
What's one reason that you would break up with a girl besides cheating? Lack of understanding. If you can't understand what I'm saying to you and where I'm coming from, I can't be with you. Okay.
Can you give an example of that?
Okay. Let's say I'm a worker, right? I'm going to continue to work regardless of whatever the situation is. I have goals that I want to reach. And if you don't understand that I'm going to be willing to pull off certain things so that I'm able to reach those goals, then you're not the one for me.
Okay. That's
because
fair.
which is the crazy part is most don't understand is that those same goals that I'm looking for is going to benefit you in a lot of a way. But some people don't see that.
That's just her nature. That's a bunch of. If you as a woman do not know how to manage your emotional responses to you not getting your needs met, you are emotionally abusive. If you utilize the knowledge that men respond to women's fawning emotions in order to get what you want from men, you are emotionally manipulative. If a man comes to you and attempts to express to you how it is that he feels outside of when you all having a conflict, because a lot of women, they get real holed up about that. Okay. If a man comes to you and expresses to you something that's bothering him, and it already took him a whole bunch of time to do that, and you lose your or you do emotional gymnastics in order to get back to how it is that you feel about this man bringing something to you, that's emotional manipulation. I don't want to hear nothing about it. You can cut it, slice it however it is you want to dice it. Baby, you're being emotionally manipulative. And you're being emotionally manipulative because society has socialized you to do that in order to extract the non-emotion from men. That's the reason why Bell Hooks said there are a number of women who don't actually want to be in the same equal space with men. There are just a number of women who are upset that they could not love, sex, cajole, or convince men to love them. And that comes from that father wound, bringing it all the way back. Because their mothers could not cajole, sex, or comfort that father into staying or being emotionally present. So what does that have to do with the father wound? You are the only person who can heal